Hi everybody, it's Hey Mom back again with another dinner idea. Tonight I'm going to be making vegetarian stuffed shells. First I'm going to start out boiling my noodles to get them all softened up. I don't want to get them too done though because it's going to go in the oven. I hope they break apart easy. Next I'm going to be shredding up some fresh mozzarella. I also bought some in the bag, but I just think there's something, I don't know, more melty and good about freshly grated mozzarella. Now I usually get the log of it, but the sliced log was actually on sale. It was $2 cheaper, so I just went ahead and got that. It all grades up the same. Alright, it calls for 15 ounces, I think. Yeah, 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. This is 32. I'm just going to go ahead and use half of it because, I mean, I don't think that extra 1 or 2 ounces is going to make a difference. And this is for actual manicotti. I've never actually made stuffed shells before. So if I have extra left over, I'll just finish making the rest of the shells in the box and we'll add them in there. Okay, next I'm going to add a half a cup of parmesan, 2 eggs, I always crack them into a bowl in case I mess up and get shells in there. Alright, and then I need 1/4 of a cup of parsley. That seems like a lot. Oh, duh, Jen. Some of it sticks, huh? We'll add a little extra. Parsley's good. Alright. And I also like to add a little cracked black pepper. And a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. Any kind of salt will work though. Not too much. Alright. We're going to mix that together and get it in my piping bag and fill our shells. Also, I did forget, you're supposed to use 2 cups of mozzarella cheese in this entire thing. I always use more, but I always put at least 1 cup of mozzarella in my ricotta mixture. Okay, now to fill up the shells, you could either use just a plain Ziploc bag, or I have this, I used it for icing, obviously it's stained. Either one, it doesn't matter, just fill it up, cut the tip, squeeze it in. I'm going to try both to see which one works better, and I'll let you know. Before you start to fill your shells and put them in the pan, I always like to put a little bit of sauce down in. It keeps them from sticking. It's like your bottom layer. Keeps everything all nice and good, and then you don't have to try to move them around and keep the filling in. That's about good enough. And then we just spread it out. Now, while I'm doing this, I went ahead and preheated my oven to 475. And I learned the hard way that you should always clip off the end of your bag if it's not a Ziploc that's not cut or anything like that. Like I said, I've never made these before. We're just learning together. Now, I drain these, and I also rinse them with cold water to stop the cooking process, and also so I don't burn the crap out of my hands. I'm not sure how full I should make them, but I'm assuming that it's just like a manicotti shell, and the eggs that are in the mixture should stiffen this up, so I don't think it's going to run out or anything. I'll go ahead and get these filled up, and we'll get them in the oven. This part is a bit messy. I'm sure you could probably have done this with a spoon. Previously, in my experience with making manicotti, doing it with a spoon doesn't work very well, so that's how I got the bright idea for the piping bag. Piping bag might be better for the manicotti shells since they're just long cylinders, but I mean, it works. Either way, you just gotta get the filling in the noodle. And it doesn't matter what sauce that you use. You could use a meat sauce. You could put meat in it if you like. Just your favorite brand. I just did this sauce because it was a vegetarian option, and that was what I wanted to have for dinner tonight. Alright, I got them all filled up. A couple of them I got a little overfull, but it was actually just the perfect amount of cheese mixture for the amount of noodles that I made. I'm going to go ahead and cover it up with the rest of the sauce, and then add cheese on top. I'm going to use the rest of the fresh mozzarella. My kids are being crazy in the background here. And then I'll top the rest off with the mozzarella cheese blend. It's like a 5-cheese Italian blend. Look really good. Okay, got it all done. I actually used one whole bag for that. Might not want as much. And then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of the parsley on top, just to give it some color and some looks. I don't know if it'll really serve a purpose. It's got a mild flavor to it, so I think it'll be fine. Alright, now it goes in the oven, covered with foil for 20 minutes, and then uncovered for another 20, and then we'll check it. Also, if you're using a tin pan like I am, you may want to stick it on a baking sheet because it is rather heavy. Alright, let's get it in the oven and get it going. Okay, it's been in the oven for 20 minutes. I am taking the foil off. I'm going to pop it back in there for 20-25 more and get it all browned up and melted. And then we're going to dig in. Okay, it's been in the oven uncovered for about 20 to 23 minutes. It's not quite as bubbly as I want it to be, so I'm going to up the temp just a little bit, put it up on the higher rack, and see if I can get it melted just a little bit more before I take it out. Alright, well, it's about as good as I think I'm going to get it without burning it. It's got a nice color to it. It's all stringy and melty. It smells really good. And I'm ready to dig in. Let's try it out. Okay. Alright, let's get a couple of these out. Let's start right here. See if we can just... Oh, maybe. Are they the little? Oh, okay. Ooh! I got my little girl helping me out with videoing, and she is going to be my taste tester.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hot.
Okay.
Alright, let me get her a fork and another plate for me, and we'll see how we like it. Alright, here she goes. Do you need a knife? What do you mean you can't cut it?
Hot.
Is it good?
That's really good.
Really good? Oh, I can't wait. Alright, my turn. Let's see if I can get a bite here. Mmm. That's very good. It's a little sweet.
Told you.
Could have added a little bit of garlic salt, I think. Maybe on top. Let's try that out.
Okay, where's the garlic salt?
In the cupboard.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to spice it up a little bit.
I did it.
Too. Alright, let's see how this tastes.
Let's pick one. Pick another number.
Mmm. Yep. Very good.
The boot.
Alright, well, Ashley says she highly recommends it. And that's all I got for you guys today. Say bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell.